Saturday morning, bright and early, 4:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Look at me. And then I stumbled out the gate. Let me take a sip of water. Try that again. Welcome back to Game On, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will, from Game On, and I'm here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of coffee while I read you what's off the menu today. What's on the menu today? Man, I am stumbling. Speaking of coffee, I'm gonna get me some here. We had some crazy baseball games yesterday. Some crazy plays too. Freddie Freeman digging one out. That was pretty cool to save the game. We have, now that John Jones is retired, we have other MMA fighters all of a sudden wanting to speak out and say, you know what? He's not the GOAT. I'm the GOAT, and here's why. And some of those fighters are not the tallest. So we're going to talk about that. Why you have to be a certain height to be considered a GOAT. We'll talk about that. Frank the Tank, we got a freak out from him. Brooks Koepka's having a rough day on the golf course at a live event. That was pretty funny yesterday. Sonny Gray had himself a game. We're going to talk about what he did in his game there. We got some NBA news. Ben Askren. I meant to get to this story a while ago, but we got UFC to talk about today as well because a big UFC fight tonight. Lightweight belt on the line. Charles the Bronx Oliveira. So I'm going to be rooting for. Might even have my money on him. We don't know. But Ben Askren, man, is fighting for his life and is waiting. He needs a lung transplant. Just a wild story. So we're going to get into that. Texas State is officially a part of, or has officially been offered. And it looks like they're going to accept the offer to get into the Pac-12. How about that? How about that? Sydney Sweeney, Tom Brady, power couple, collision course. Yes. Apparently they've been hanging out at Jeff Bezos' wedding, chatting it up. Yeah. What up, Derp? The Derp is here. Derp is here. What else we got? More John Jones news. He says he was retired way back when. But UFC wouldn't want to officially announce it, I guess. I don't know. Another one of those weird stories. It's John Jones, But anyways, I need a cup of coffee. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Patriot. How y'all doing? Oh, yes. There we go. I love having that coffee pot right there. Ooh. Give that a minute. Yeah. Where to start? Let's start with this because I think it's funny. Oh, thank you, Leslie, for reposting it. You're the real MVP. Let's start here. Just because I think this is funny. Saw this going around. I almost was just going to be like, it's not a big deal. But then I kept seeing it pop up. So Mighty Mouse was a good fighter. One of the best. But he was a champion for a long, long time at 125 pounds. 125 pounds. All right. He says, I've never failed a drug test. Khabib's never failed a drug test. GSP has never failed a drug test. We've never been stripped of our titles. Mighty Mouse on the UFC GOAT debate. Listen, just like at a theme park, you got to be a certain height to ride this ride. You got to be above 5'4". to even be in the discussion for GOAT debate. 5'3" ain't gonna cut it, buddy. Sorry. It's funny. He named off, all the great fighters. Put him in a room with John Jones, see who walks out. Sorry. This is what it is. It is what it is. And you know what's funny? You know what solidifies John Jones being the GOAT? Dana White. Dana White hates him. He's a big old pain in his ass. And even Dana White says this about him. Says he's big pain in his ass. Causes him nothing but headaches and problems. But even Dana White can put that aside and say, but he's the best fighter of all time. And you're not going to believe Dana? You know what I mean? Dude, we had some wild stuff in baseball yesterday. You guys see this? Bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Dodgers up 5-4. What's going to happen right here? A home run wins it for the Royals, or this happens.
First pitch, ground ball to the right side.
Ooh, little ground ball right side. Okay, let me turn that down too. Jeez, I was getting a little too excited.
Edmund the bets to Freeman the pick.
Look at that. Look at that stretch there. That's how we end the game, ladies and gentlemen. Is this thing gonna all of a sudden freeze up and not do what I want it to do? There we go. Jeez. Look at this stretch. Look at this. Freeman getting there. Also, whoever this base runner is, run faster. Show a little more hustle. Show that you want it. Look at that. Ooh. Now you might be thinking, well, that's not that difficult to do. This dude is massive, and he's not the most athletic. It's a little stiff, honestly. So that's pretty impressive for big boy. What up, Mont? Good morning. Sorry about your cards. We're about to talk about them. Sorry about them yesterday. Embarrassing. No, wait, no. The Cards had a good day. Never mind. The Cards had a good game. Great job by your Cards yesterday. I was thinking of the other way around. I don't know why I always get them mixed up with people. The Mets got embarrassed yesterday. What was it? The Mets lost 9-1 to the Pirates. I'm so glad I bet them. So glad. Remember yesterday? It's so hard to put money on the Pirates. They just suck at hitting. But yesterday they decided to. But remember yesterday it was like 91% of the money was on the Mets. They had played the night before and had to travel and played the first game of yesterday. The Pirates were starting a pitcher that had a 1-10 record on the season. Everything lined up that the Mets should have won that game easily, which is exactly why we put money on the Pirates, and the Pirates came out and dominated. Mont says a one-hitter. I know, a shutout. It was great.
Oh.
Sonny Gray.
The losing continues. AM PST now fucking sucks. It's going to be 37 consecutive losses as Trash Spoon comes in. And every day you have the same fucking song. It's played every 5 minutes. Tempo rolling down a fucking. And there's no heart in this team. Nothing. And you have Lane Chindro. He just sucks. It's batting practice. The Reds are going to low 70 runs a game. And then you have Montrose and Trashman says nothing feels better but to lose. And they're all dancing to fucking Cowboy Road.
We're getting into peak Frank form. I didn't understand about 3/4 of that. Which means we're getting to peak Frank form. It's that time of the year. That's how you know it's almost July. It's almost July. We're almost in peak Frank form. Never change, Frank. Never change. Oh, God, this thing's still hot. I need a translator for dorkiest nut. Yeah. Brooks Koepka was playing in a golf tournament yesterday. He ended up I think I have a different angle of this. You can basically this ball just goes way to the right or way to the left, not where he wanted it to go. And he ended up withdrawing from this tournament. What up, grass guy? I don't know why. I don't know. 497 yard par 4. Jiminy Christmas. But watch this.
Oh,
I've never seen someone do that. Buddy, it's just, listen, it's just a golf match, man. It happens. It happens. I understood the F-bombs. Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. That's about all I get out of Frank. With the little singing and the I have no idea what that was. No idea what that was. Look at this. Look at this guy. Huh? Cardinals pitcher. Sonny Gray just tossed a complete game shutout on only 89 pitches. Someone else did that the other day, too. It was exactly 89 because I remember I was like, wow, 89, that's it? Someone else did that the other day. This was the last out of it. Look at that.
left field. It's Newbar backing up. He's there. Sonny Gray, spectacular.
Beautiful. 5-0 victory. Did I have money on Cleveland to come back when they were down 3-0? Absolutely. Did they come back? No, they didn't even have a chance. Didn't even have a chance because Sonny Gray was out there holding the line. Beautiful. We've seen some incredible pitching out of the major league baseball. Out of baseball lately. Why is Paige Buchers trending? Paige Buchers in her bag. Kyrie Irving is loving it. Oh. Before the season, Paige Buchers said Kyrie Irving is the one person she would like to see at a Dallas Wings game. He's here. Oh, look at that. Became the first player in WNBA history to record a game with 25 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 0 turnovers. God, too bad Caitlin Clark didn't play in this one. I mean, great. Oh, a little step back, little. Cool. Good job. That's the only way that anyone watches is if it trends on X. No one tuned into that game last night. Not even Kyrie. Kyrie was there, but he wasn't tuned in. He was actually asleep. I heard he mastered the art of having his eyes open, staring blankly, but actually sleeping. That's what he was doing. Dude, Ben Askren, man, I've been meaning to read into this a little bit more, but bottom line is from the updates that I've seen from his wife, he's been in the hospital. He's been on a ventilator for a while now. He went and he got sick and had a really bad case of pneumonia. So bad it put him in the hospital. And then come to find out he needs a lung transplant, and he's been added to the lung transplant list. This story is wild, man. Like, there's got to be something else going on. He's got to have like some sort of autoimmune disease or something. But think about this. The reason why, one, prayers to Ben Askren and whatnot. Say what you want about him. He was a good fighter. He was very entertaining, but injuries at the end of his career is what kept him from really. One, he got into the UFC way too late. He was over at 1 fighting over there for a while, but he was entertaining. Always seemed like a nice guy, but he's not old. So like in his 40, early 40s. And it just goes to show that like this dude was an Olympic wrestler, great athlete, great MMA fighter. So obviously have been in pretty damn good shape in his life before. But some of these, like, whether it's genetic, autoimmune, whatever it is, some of these freak things you have no control over. It's wild. It's wild. So hopefully he's able to get his lung transplant. But even then, that's a tough battle to come from. But a lung transplant? You got to come back from that? Good luck, man. Ugh. Mm. Mm. Autoimmune disease is what you have, Mont? Yeah, it sucks, man. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not like, hey, if I do a couple more push-ups today, maybe they'll go away. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, maybe I won't have ice cream every night. No, it's just like it's the hand you're dealt. Now, there's people that overcome. Well, I don't want to say overcome it, but accept it, live with it, work around it. But then there's just some of them ones like this where, man, I mean, like I said, I don't know. We don't know the exact details, but I mean, a guy his age getting pneumonia shouldn't put him in the hospital on a ventilator to the point where he needs a lung transplant. You know what I mean? Limbic encephalitis. Let's ask Grok what that is. Limbic encephalitis. Rare neurological condition characterized by inflammation of the limbic system, a set of brain structure involved in memory, emotion, behavior, often presents. Oh, man. Ah, sorry to hear that, Mont. You're doing great. You're here every morning, going to cards games, huh? Seizures, that sucks. Yeah, see, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's an autoimmune. Your body attacks your own immune your own immune system attacks the healthy part of your body. In this case, the brain. Not good. Yeah, your immune system's attacking your brain. Nothing you can do about that, you know what I mean? But we appreciate you being here, Mont. We do. We do. Let's see. Where was I at? Oh, I have this pulled up over here. Hey, the Pac-12 is back, baby. The Pac-12 finally got a Texas team. Now, did we try to get Texas, the big school, the big Texas school? You know what's funny? About 12 years ago, the Pac-12, I think it was the Pac-10 at that point, was trying to add and become the Pac-12, and they wanted Texas. But in order for them to get Texas, they were going to have to accept Oklahoma because of academic requirements and stuff like that, I guess, which I didn't know the Pac-12 had a real high academic. I mean, I guess we do. You have UW, Stanford, UCLA, I think even USC to a point. Oregon's up there too. I guess we are kind of nerds out here. We are kind of nerds. But they didn't want to accept Oklahoma. It's like, okay. And then they couldn't accept any of the other Texas schools. There was some religious things that stopped them from adding some of the other ones. It was just a lot of politicking. But think about that. If they would have just nutted up and added Texas and Oklahoma, think of how much that would have changed college football today. Texas and Oklahoma part of the Pac-12. Pac-12 will still be alive today. You would have had A&M probably wouldn't have joined the SEC because he'd be like, why do we need to leave? We'll just stick right here. Kind of crazy. But anyways, the Pac-12 looks like they're adding Texas State next July. Which is great. I think it's great because, one, the Pac-12 now, although it's basically a beefed up Mountain West now, but at least it's respectable. It's never going to be there's a place for the Pac-12 in college football. It's never going to be one of the big it's never going to be the SEC. It's never going to be the Big Ten. But especially with the expanded playoffs, you win the Pac-12, you're in the conversation for making the college football playoff. You know what I mean? It's respectable. It's respectable. It's enough. You have a good season in the Pac-12, you're in your way into the college football playoff. I'm not saying you should be one of the top seeds. Well, it depends too. It depends. But at least you get in the door, you know? And this is great for Texas State. You know how much more money they're going to get now that they're part of the Pac-12? The Pac-12 just signed a couple new TV deals. It's going to be good. Now it's going to be tough for them to play my Cougs, I'll tell you what. We are the top dog, us Cougs, in the Pac-12. The Pac-2, I know. I'm going to miss the Pac-2. Tom Brady has been chatting up with Sydney Sweeney, Ayo, at Jeff Bezos' wedding. Power couple inbound, huh? Tom, you going to get your Leo DiCaprio on? Date some of those younger women? This is wild. I bookmarked this because I won't talk about this on the Uncensored Pharmacist this week. Look how much money at a state level that we spend each year on diabetes alone. This was in 2021 that they did this study. The median is $8.2 billion per state. No, that's not per state. Wait, yeah, per state. Yeah. Look at Hawaii and New York. They spend over $30,000 per person. U.S. spent $335 billion in direct medical costs tied to diabetes, and another $305 billion in indirect costs. That is wild. This lady said anyone who can run a sub 8-minute mile should get a massive tax deduction. So that's kind of funny. Hey, look at Idaho. Idaho's pretty white. Look at that. Don't got time for the diabetes out here. Fuck Brady. Most pro doing the backstroke in that river in Egypt. Let's see what actually, before I do this, because I know it's gonna tag me. Let's go. Listen, I hate doing this in the morning show, but it's the end of the month. I'm like 35 minutes away of completing the Rumble Premium. Oh, look at this, Steven. Jeez. It's a lot of writing in the morning. But thanks, Steven, over on Kick. Thanks for being here. Derb says, you know what's crazy? You haven't gotten your Superman tickets, Will. Yeah. Sports Lab, what's up, buddy? First NBA Summer League game, Bronny versus Cooper Flag. That's gonna be fun. And Jason Kidd came out and said that he's gonna make Flag uncomfortable, and he's gonna have Flag be the point guard and see what he can do. That is funny. And it's gonna be interesting. I might actually tune in on that one. What was I gonna say? Help me out. I lost my train of thought. We're talking about Rumble Premium. premium hours. There was something else we were talking about. Oh, Superman tickets. I think today, if I can sneak away, I think today I won't go see that F1 movie. That looks fun. Brad Pitt, F1 cars, sign me up. I'm in. Take my money. What up, Sporting? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? But I think we go over to I think we do a little we still got a lot to get into. Let's go Rumble Premium. Let's just knock it out, huh? Sports Life said, "What's the bets for today?" Let's get into that. Here's what we'll do. We'll take a pause on the sports news. Let's get into the bets today. Okay, let's look at the stuff today. We got fights to talk about today too. I'm excited about that. Let's recap baseball from yesterday. We'll get into the baseball bets for today, and then we'll look at UFC and the UFC bets. Charles Oliveira, that big of a dog? I don't know, man. Like, I understand that he should be an underdog. But like a 4-1 underdog, what are we doing? Taporia better hope that he doesn't. Is that how you say his name? Taporia, whatever his name is. He better hope that Charles doesn't get his hands on him and take him to the ground. It's over if that happens. Let's recap baseball yesterday, though. Pirates defeat the Mets 9-1. How about that? You just knew that something was wrong with this one when you got the Pirates throwing out a guy, putting out a guy out there that had at the before yesterday was 1-10 on the season. 91% of the money was on the Mets yesterday. They played the night game before, and then they had to play the first game and travel the next day. System play, baby. System play came through. Look at the Pirates. 9-1 victory there for them. Good on them. Yankees shut out the A's. 3-0 victory there for the Yanks. This one was crazy. I wish I would have pulled the trigger on it. The Rays went up 6-0 early on the Orioles, and I was looking at it. I'm like, should I bet a little bit on Kalshi here to have the Orioles to come back, make it interesting? I said, nah. Well, the Orioles were down 6-0, and they came back and put up 22. Now, I saw a funny joke. What's his name? That Rays guy that got in trouble, got convicted down in Dominican Republic or whatever, for when he was 21, was having relations with a 14-year-old. Not great. Was that Lindor? That's weird. Gross. Anyways, they said the Rays were paying tribute to Lindor by losing by 14, the same age as the girl that he was hooking up with. God, that's a bad joke, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. In something that's so dark and gross. Ugh. Orioles, though, big. They just couldn't stop scoring yesterday. Karl Malone had a kid with a 14-year-old. Was he 21, though? Or was he 18? Even 18, that's just crazy, dude. Ugh. Twins, 4-1 victory over the Tigers. I'm not saying it's right either, but back in the day, that stuff, 14 is 14. I mean, it's just, ugh. And the mom got 10 years in prison for trafficking her daughter. I mean, talk about worst parent of the year. Send your 14-year-old daughter to go be with a professional athlete, 20-year-old professional athlete because you want some money. She got 10 years. Good on that. Reds defeat the Padres 8-1. He was already in the NBA. Oh, man. Like, 14. She must have looked really old for her age. You know what I mean? At 14. 8-1 victory for the Reds over the Padres. Cardinals, Mott's Cards, Sonny Gray. There was a shutout, complete shutout, 89 pitches, 5-0 victory there for the Cards. Carl was 20. Okay. Still not great. Blue Jays 9-0 victory over. There's been so many shutouts the last this week. That's been great pitching. There's been a lot of shutouts. Look at, I've said the last 2 days we had what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shutouts yesterday. 9-0 victory there. Blue Jays over the Red Sox. Red Sox continue to slip after trading away Devers. Phillies 13-0 victory over the Braves. Ooh. Giants 3-1 victory over the White Sox. Mariners in extras, the top of the 12th, or not top of the 12th, but in 12 innings, get a 7-6 victory over Patriots Rangers. Astros 7-4 victory over the Cubbies. Brewers 10-6 victory over the Rockies. Come on, Brewers. We just need one more win this week, and I got them in Survivor. Dodgers 5-4 victory over the Royals. We saw that. That was a great way to end the game on that double play. Nationals 15-9 victory over the Angels. And then the Marlins 9-8 victory over the Diamondbacks. The Fish. Later, Mont. Have a good day, buddy. Hit the like button. Follow. Keeps the crocodiles away from most pro. That's true. That's true. Let's take a look here at today's games. Ooh, we get to start at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's go, baby. Sports Life says St. Louis will win the Central. I kind of like that. I got the no on the Cubbies. I got the no over on Kalshi on the Cubbies. St. Louis hitting their stride. Well, actually, let's take a look at the standings right now. Where are we at? Oh, Yankees that were so dominant in the East now only have a game and a half lead over the Rays, and they're only 3 games up on the Blue Jays there. In the Central American League, we have the Tigers just continuing to dominate, 9.5 games up on the Guardians. Houston is 6.5 games up on the Mariners in the West. We'll go to the National League. The Phillies have a half a game up on the Mets, 10.5 games up on the Braves there. The Central, Chicago, the Cubbies, only 2 games up on the Brewers, and the Cards are only 3.5 games behind the Cubbies there. And in the West, the Dodgers, 6.5. They're starting to run away with it. 6.5 games up on the Giants and 7 on the Padres. That's your MLB standings. A's, Yankees going at it today. Yankees minus 250 home favorites. Who's pitching today? Who's pitching? Let's see. Sears versus Schmidt. All right. Yeah, that's Yankees big favorites, man. Tigers home favorites against the Twins minus 160. Twinkies plus 135. Sharp money and an Action Network expert likes the Tigers today, but big money on the Twins. 65% of the overall money back in Detroit today, though. Mariners minus 140 road favorites against the Rangers plus 118 on them. Sharp money on the Rangers, but 74% of the money is on the Mariners today. Rays and Orioles coin flip game minus 110 both ways. Big money back in the Rays after that ass whooping yesterday. 86% of the money on Tampa Bay. Mets and the Pirates. Mets minus 145. I always wonder how to bet this. I kind of like fading the team that had just scored a bunch of runs the game before. I don't know though. Mets, Pirates. Mets minus 145 favorites. Pirates plus 125 home dog. Sharp money Action Network expert likes the Pirates to get it done today. 2 in a row for the Pirates over the Mets. Can they do it? 58% of the overall money is on New York. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's interesting. Value play there's probably on the Pirates again. Who's pitching for them? Paul Blackburn versus Falter. Blackburn not been the best lately. Not been pitching the best. Padres, Reds minus 155. Padres plus 135. Sharp money on the Reds. 77% of the overall money is on Cincinnati. Giants, White Sox. Giants minus 165. Road favorites. White Sox plus 145. Home dogs. Sharp money Action Network expert likes the White Sox today. 85% of the money is on the Giants, though. Who's pitching at that one? Robbie Ray versus Hauser. Are you going to fade Robbie Ray? 8-2. 2 on the season, 2.83 ERA, but you got Hauser, who's got a 2.27 ERA. Maybe there is a little bit of value. Maybe we'll get the under that one, but maybe there's a little bit of value on the White Sox today. Sporty says, been a busy week. Haven't been able to make the streams. Well, we're glad to have you here today, Supporting. Glad to have you here today. Cardinals, Guardians minus 125 home favorites. Even money on the comeback there for the Cardinals. Sharp money, big money liking the Guardians today with 65% of the overall money on the Guardians. Sports Picks has 6 baseball picks today. I saw that. Robert been crushing it. He's been crushing it. Ugh. Marlins, Diamondbacks minus 150 home favorites. The Marlins plus 130. Sharp money action number expert likes the fish today. 78% of the overall money, though, is on the Diamondbacks. How about that? Hold on one second. I want to check something on Rumble. Oh, wow. Look at that. I clipped out our topic yesterday about the perfect solution for March Madness expansion yesterday, the little topic we talked about yesterday. They put it as one of the picks up there. How about that? Look at that. Shout out. I was checking something. Are we up on the sports? There we are. Look at, there's us. We look good. Blue Jays, Red Sox. Blue Jays minus 125 road favorites. Red Sox plus 110. Sharp money on the Red Sox, even though they can't seem to win a game. 74% of the overall money is on the Blue Jays. Dodgers, Royals. Dodgers minus 165 road favorites. Royals plus 140. Sharp money on the Dodgers. 91% of the overall money on the Dodgers. Watch out there. Watch out. Who's pitching for the Dodgers today? Shohei Ohtani. Going to go probably 2 innings today against Seth Lugo. Rockies, Brewers minus 235 home favorites. Rockies plus 205 on the comeback. Sharp money on the Brewers. 87% of the overall money is on Milwaukee. Phillies, Braves minus 160 home favorites. Phillies plus 135. 56% of the overall money is on the Phillies, probably just because they like that plus money action there. Cubs, Astros minus 125 home favorites. Cubbies plus 105 on the comeback. 50-50 split there on the money for that game. And then the night game, Nationals, Angels minus 125, Nationals plus 110. Sharp money on the Nationals. 60% of the overall money is on the Nationals. All right, we got to talk a little UFC. Before we do that, we are going to go to Rumble Premium so we can knock the Rumble Premium out. So goodbye, YouTube. Come over to Rumble. Come hang out with us over here, please.